Welcome to Kava and Kettlebells, where we talk about Kava, fitness, and life. Let's get Kavafied.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to Kava and Kettlebells. This is Charles.
Hey, guys. This is Heidi. Thank you so much for tuning back in. Today, we are going to be doing a review of Kavanuatu.
Yeah, let's go. This is a traditional Kava powder, right? So this is not instant. This is not micronized. This is not an extract. This is traditional Kava powder. So what we call medium grind, the kind that you have to actually strain and prep, right? The traditional way. And also we are doing some of their supplements that they have. So this is their Soothe Synergy, which actually was kind of a cool little supplement. Ended up being.
Yeah, so let's talk about the medium grind. So medium grind, if you've listened to other reviews and episodes, we typically will strain it in a strainer bag or use the Ayu ball and shake it up. This, however, is one that it didn't shake up as well. So with this one, we would definitely recommend that you use a strainer bag and do the very traditional method in order to get the best results potency-wise when straining it.
Yeah, so definitely how you said. So the Ayu ball, if you haven't seen that before, it's made by Kavafied. It's like a little strainer ball where you could put Kava into and just shake it up in the bottle, and it kind of makes, it makes Kava. Versus the other way is you take like a strainer bag, like a cheesecloth, thing, and you just put the Kava in there, the powder into the actual bag, and you put in water and you just strain it, knead it until you make the actual Kava. And so the first bag, I did a lot of it with the Ayu ball, and I was able to, to pull it out, but definitely, especially on the second bag, I just did the straining method, and the effects were a lot better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely stick with the strainer bag on this one. Don't use the Ayu ball. Give it the old school method. All right. As far as effects, so this is Vanuatu Kava. Now, typically for us, we drink mostly Kava from Vanuatu because it's usually more heavy. So it's a little bit more sedating. It's a little bit more for your body.
Better for we drink it typically in the evening. So it's better for us, to drink that in the evening before sleep. Helps us better, with sleep, doesn't keep us, euphoric and amped up like more daytime Kavas can.
But this one threw me off a bit. Not in a bad way. It just wasn't as heavy as most Vanuatu Kavas that we typically drink.
Yeah, so it wasn't as sedating, which can be good. So I would call it more, definitely isn't a daytime, like it's not super euphoric like a daytime one might be. So it's definitely more of like a mix. It's still okay to drink at night, like you'll still get a good sleep, but if you've had like a real good sedative heavy Kava, it just really knocks you out. This won't do that. So this one I think is a great option if you are maybe like hanging out with people at night and you still want to be able to get to sleep when they go home, but you want to have fun, you want to enjoy, hanging out with them without, becoming too tired. I think this is a really great option for that.
Yeah. So again, I would say this was very balanced, but it did end heavy in the fact that yes, we could drink at nighttime and we got a good sleep after drinking this. But we had this like, I guess it's between 12 to 2. Is that considered like early afternoon?
Yeah, I would say this more daytime.
Early afternoon, midday.
Yeah.
Depends on what time you go to bed.
Quite literally midday, I would say.
Well, it depends on what time you go to bed.
True. Very true. That's true.
For us.
Some people don't wake up till 10.
Yeah.
So it's morning.
So it's morning. For us though, we wake up at 4. So that's actually like.
So we wake up at 4
afternoon.
And we go to bed around 8. So for us, quite literally midday.
Yeah, it is midday. So anyways, we had this midday to early afternoon, and like what Heidi was saying, it didn't put us on the couch. Like we were still functional. I wasn't like falling asleep. And I wasn't, again, super like, there's some Vanuatu Kavas that I like, but I only had them in the evening because, like, I kid you not, like, drink them and you just want to sit on the couch and like talk or watch a movie or something like that. This didn't quite put me there. This, like, again, felt like a good balance. We did feel it in the body. So, more heavy kavas will have like a body feeling to them. Got the body effects, but nothing like crazy. Still a good, like, very much like calming of the mind, helping you cast center a little bit. So have that relaxation. So yeah, like at first it was like, I was expecting a very heavy kava coming from, Vanuatu, but ended up being a good, balanced kava that we could have kind of any time of the day.
Yeah, and it felt good, and it just wasn't quite as hit as intensely as we were maybe expecting. But again, that could be a good thing depending on when and what you want to use it for. And it also didn't taste as intense, which if you're newer to kava, that could be a good thing as well. And
that is true.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Vanuatu kavas
they're strong. They're strong. So it threw us a little bit at first, just because we were expecting that really strong taste. And it's not as strong. So I think it would be a great one for, more of a beginner, or if you're not a beginner, just know it's not going to taste as strong, but you still feel it. You just have to, give it time. And then, it wasn't quite as intense, but you still do feel the effects.
Another thing too, so we got this on Amazon. So Kavanuatu has this on Amazon Prime. So if you have Amazon Prime, it's a good deal because this kava is under $50 for a pound, which right now, especially considering like the, cost of goods and tariffs and all that kind of stuff with kava, like it's a very, very good price for a pound of kava, right? Under $50, including shipping. So
yeah, one thing that I think where they are able to give you a little bit of a cheaper price than some other competitors is the packaging is not as, I don't want to say durable because it's fine, like nothing happened to it, but
it's just a little thinner.
It's thinner. Packaging. There's some scratches on it, which is not a big deal in our opinion. But if you are someone who really cares about, the appearance of the bag, that is something to note. But I think it's an okay trade-off, because you're able to get it for a cheaper price. So we're okay with that. But it is something to, just be aware of.
Yeah, I just want the kava personally.
Exactly. So it doesn't bother us, but we know some people it might.
Some people get, weird about that kind of stuff. But for us, it's not a big deal. But yeah, definitely something to kind of note. All right, the next thing. So again, overall, like good kava, especially for the price. Definitely strain it with a strainer bag. Otherwise, you're not going to get the full effects of an alu ball. So, for me personally, I like to use a little bit warmer water when I strain. That helps it to kind of break it up more. And then, good offering on Amazon. We got this last month. I'm not sure if they're a newer brand or not, but I haven't quite seen them out as much as their brands. But after using them, we'll definitely probably purchase it again, especially considering the price point on them. All right, let's move on to the supplement that they have. So Kavanuatu, not only do they have their medium grind kava offerings, they also make this, which is their Soothe Synergy. And it's actually a pretty cool little formula, being that, I'm a supplement guy, so I love supplements and, the dosages and all that. And the main kind of thing here is going to be the kava in it. So it has it just says kava. So I assume, obviously, due to the size of the capsules, you can't have, traditional powder in here. It's a kava extract, and it has it at 400 milligrams. That's a pretty decent dose for kava extract when it comes to a little supplement like this. A lot of the kava seltzers you'll see out there will have, as low as 200, 300 milligrams of kava. So 400 milligrams of kava is a good dose. The next thing it has in there is ashwagandha at 400 milligrams. And then it has magnesium. It doesn't say what form of magnesium is in there. I'm going to assume it's probably magnesium citrate. That's kind of like your more common ones you have out there. That comes in at 100 milligrams. Then the last thing you have in there is L-theanine at 100 milligrams. So you like ashwagandha. What's kind of your experience with? So
I take ashwagandha daily. I cycle on and off it, so I'll take it maybe for a couple months, then take a month off or so. And ashwagandha is weird in the sense that it's kind of like whatever your body needs, that's how it's going to react. Some people, ashwagandha is great for sleep. Like if you are missing that sort of element, like it can be great for sleep. What I like it for is more just to kind of feel good for the day. Kind of gives me a little bit more like energy and like focus, like just for my work day. And so that's it, just more of like a feel good for me. I think it kind of balances my hormones in that sense, that I just like feel good when I take it. But for a lot of people, ashwagandha helps with sleep, and it's more like a restful thing. But for me, I just don't think I need it necessarily for that. So for me, my body responds to it more just kind of like a clean feeling and focus during the day.
Yeah, so it's a good adaptogen. Overall, it's an adaptogenic herb. So like what Heidi was kind of saying, whatever your body kind of needs from it, it'll kind of take from it. And then 400 milligrams is a good dosage. And then magnesium at 100 milligrams. We know that most people are magnesium deficient. Magnesium is great for sleep. It's great for a lot of other functions for the body as well. But I think one of the biggest things it has magnesium in here for is because of sleep, and magnesium does have like a calming effect too. And lastly, L-theanine. So L-theanine, typically you see that paired with like stimulants such as caffeine, because it helps kind of balance out stimulants and kind of the jittery effects. L-theanine kind of provides like a nice, like smooth sort of, focus. And it's not necessarily calming, but it kind of like, brings the level down a bit while still keeping like focus and not like, putting you to sleep, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So really, I think this is a great supplement. And kind of what we were saying is your body's going to respond to it like it needs it. So if you are deficient in magnesium, it's going to help you with sleep. That's not to say that when you take this, it's going to knock you out and make you feel sleepy, but it's just saying that if you are deficient in these things, it will help to regulate you so that when you go to sleep, your body's able to normally like wire down like it's normally supposed to. So I don't want people to think that this is like a super sedative like sleeping pill.
Like melatonin.
Yeah, that's not like that, but it really does just put that sense of calm in you. And if you are deficient in these, it will help you to sleep if that's your issue.
Yeah, so honestly, with this supplement, you could use this in the morning because, again, kava extract, it's not very sedating. It's more like kind of relaxing and kind of like good for like anxiety relief. So you could start your day off with this and just kind of have like a nice, like calm, like focused day. Or you can also use this for sleep too. That's how we tried it when we were kind of using it. We used it in the evening for sleep and slept good. So I think it does the job that it's supposed to. And, for what's in there, again, it's 2 capsules serving size. And for what you get in it, pretty decent dosages for supplement. And again, this is available on Amazon as well. So you can get the full, spectrum of packages from Kavanuatu, try them all together. Use the traditional grind kava for the kava experience, for getting, the full effects out of kava. Then use this as kind of like a nice little supplement, for sleep, or, kind of start your day off with something, kind of calm, like focus.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in for this review.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.